George Villiers, 1st Duke of Buckingham, was an English courtier, statesman, and patron of the arts. He was a favorite and self-described lover of King James VI and I. Buckingham remained at the height of royal favor for the first 3 years of the reign of James's son, King Charles I, until he was assassinated. Villiers was born in Brooksby, Leicestershire, from a family of minor gentry. His ascent began notably in 1614 when, aged 21, he caught the attention of the king. His achievements include being knighted and climbing the ranks of nobility, eventually becoming the Duke of Buckingham. Villiers was the last in a succession of handsome young favorites on whom the king lavished affection and patronage. The pair were often accused of sodomy, and most historians today believe the relationship was sexual in nature.
Antonio Lucio Vivaldi was an Italian composer, virtuoso violinist, and impresario of Baroque music. Along with Johann Sebastian Bach and George Friedrich Handel, Vivaldi ranks amongst the greatest Baroque composers, and his influence during his lifetime was widespread across Europe, giving origin to many imitators and admirers. He pioneered many developments in orchestration, violin technique, and programmatic music. He consolidated the emerging concerto form into a widely accepted and followed idiom. Vivaldi composed many instrumental concertos for the violin and a variety of other musical instruments, as well as sacred choral works and more than 50 operas. His best-known work is a series of violin concertos known as the Four Seasons. Many of his compositions were written for the all-female music ensemble of the Ospedale della Pietà, a home for abandoned children. Vivaldi began studying for the priesthood at the age of 15 and was ordained at 25, but was given dispensation to no longer say public masses due to a health problem. Vivaldi also had some success with expensive stagings of his operas in Venice, Mantua, and Vienna. After meeting the Emperor Charles V, Vivaldi moved to Vienna, hoping for royal support. However, the emperor died soon after Vivaldi's arrival, and Vivaldi himself died in poverty less than a year later.
Elizabeth I was Queen of England and Ireland from November 17, 1558, until her death in 1603. She was the last monarch of the House of Tudor. Elizabeth was the only surviving child of Henry VIII and his second wife, Anne Boleyn. When Elizabeth was 2 years old, her parents' marriage was annulled, her mother was executed, and Elizabeth was declared illegitimate. Henry restored her to the line of succession when she was 10, via the Third Succession Act 1543. After Henry's death in 1547, Elizabeth's younger half-brother Edward VI ruled until his own death in 1553, bequeathing the crown to a Protestant cousin, Lady Jane Grey, and ignoring the claims of his two half-sisters, the Catholic Mary and the younger Elizabeth, in spite of statutes to the contrary. Edward's will was set aside within weeks of his death, and Mary became queen, deposing and executing Jane. During Mary's reign, Elizabeth was imprisoned for nearly a year on suspicion of supporting Protestant rebels.